Hi everyone. So, I have a mixed topic for today. So, we'll start with the topic how to manage stress, and then going further, after like around 4:30 or 4:40, we'll start with discourse 8, which is freedom values. That will be part one for the particular discourse. And okay, so all right. So no PPT right now. I just want to have a brief discussion with all of you and to understand how basically you guys manage stress. What are the techniques that you guys use to manage stress? Anybody who wants to share their viewpoint on this? Any particular habit that you have? Any particular hobby that you have which you like to do at the time? Okay, so we have a response from Manjul that does she listens to music and does meditation, right? Okay, anybody else? It seems okay. So Ishwani says that she sings. Great. So if I talk about myself, if I am feeling very stressful, uh, what I used to do and what I now do is are two different things. So what I used to do was that I, whenever I was overstressing and I was overthinking, I would say, I started indulging into eating food. Why? Because I thought that it is something that gives me happiness and gives me some sort of pleasure, and I get relaxed. That okay, everything is fine, everything is cool. But I realized that that is not something good that I should do because that only resulted in overeating, and that only resulted as a as not the perfect remedy for me to get out of my stressful phase. So now what I do is whenever I'm feeling stressful, I maybe sit down in a corner. I have a journal maintained with myself wherein write all my feelings. So I am not a person who writes a diary every day, but I whenever I'm feeling stressed and I'm actually not able to find out a solution for the problem that is making me feel so stressed, I start with jotting down it in a journal that I have, and I start writing the problem from the beginning till the end. And then I start reading it again and again. And I realized that the solution lies within only. It's just that I am over analyzing the problem so much that I was never able to give my attention to the solution. The other thing that I do is the that I bake. So I love baking. I feel that baking is very therapeutic for me. So I bake uh, any healthy cake or anything. I bake biscuits. I bake cookies. Any random thing I bake it if I have the time to do that. So that is another thing that I do. And then okay, we have one response from Marilyn that she likes to dance, she sings music, and great. So that is something that we all do. We all like to pursue our hobby with something that gives us something that relaxes our mind, that calms our mind, and makes us feel at ease. That is we all do. So let's just start with a technique, okay? If I tell you that I have a technique which can make you feel relaxed and uh, you can just leave all the things aside and do this technique and start doing it with me right now, okay? Let's see that it's effective or not. Okay, so take a second right now and then uh, check your back, check your shoulders, and do you feel that there's some tension here? Are you sitting in the right posture and just with a straight back, sitting right? not with bent shoulders, and just say to yourself that relax Sanskriti, or maybe relax Sujata, or maybe relax Manjul. Just say relax to yourself, relax Sanskriti, all is fine, all is good, everything will be fine. I will not be stressed. I'll not be stressed. Uh, just relax. Uh, did this help? किसी को भी ये help किया? That's the technique. Actually, it didn't help me. So did this help to give any help to any of you? And if did not, then what is the reason, basically? All right. So when I go to, so there are two type of people, okay? हमें हमेशा बोला जाता है कि अगर आप बहुत स्ट्रेस्ड फील कर रहे हो, आप बहुत पैनिक कर रहे हो, तो आप किसी से जाके अपनी प्रॉब्लम शेयर कर दो, ठीक है? एंड जब हम किसी से प्रॉब्लम शेयर करते हैं, तो देयर आर दो तरीके के लोग होते हैं। एक होते हैं जो हमें बोलते हैं कि कुछ नहीं होगा, सब ठीक हो जाएगा, आप रिलैक्स करो, स्ट्रेस मत लो, एवरीथिंग विल बी फाइन, एवरीथिंग विल बी फाइन। एंड देयर इंटेंशन ऑफ सेइंग दिस इज सिंपली कि वो आपको काम फील कराना चाहते हैं। आप, उनकी इंटेंशन सिंपल इतनी है कि आप स्ट्रेस मत फील करो, ठीक है? सो दे हैव ऑल द राइट इंटेंशंस फॉर यू, बट they need to understand that रिलैक्स बोलने से रिलैक्स नहीं हो जाता है। सिर्फ ये बोल देना कि ओके रिलैक्स, दिस डजंट हेल्प। वी हैव टू फाइंड always a solution. So it will only and only make you feel worse if you do that. So if you're trying for any positive affirmations, or if you're trying, positive affirmations definitely help in the morning if you are standing in front of the mirror and saying that. But I am talking about that suddenly you're feeling stress and then you're saying, okay, relax, relax. Things are fine. Things are, that can help you on a temporary note, but that will not finish the stress that you have right now. So it's very, very important that you analyze the problem that's in front of you and find out a solution for that. So basically, अब होगा क्या हमारे साथ? मैंने आप लोगों को बोला कि आप ऐसे करो और बोलो रिलैक्स, एंड रिलैक्स तो हम हुए ही नहीं। तो आपको लग रहा होगा कि पता नहीं मैम क्या बोल रही है, रिलैक्स तो हम हुए ही नहीं, अब हम कैसे बोलें कि रिलैक्स हम नहीं हुए हैं? सो नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन इज यू विल से अच्छा ये टेक्निक है, सबके लिए वर्क करती है, मेरे लिए वर्क नहीं कर रही है। सो नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन इज दैट यू विल स्टार्ट फीलिंग स्ट्रेस्ड आउट अबाउट फीलिंग स्ट्रेस्ड आउट। दिस इज द पैराडॉक्स ऑफ इमोशंस। Why? Because now you'll feel stressed out that this technique didn't work for me. I am not feeling better. So जो स्ट्रेस ऑलरेडी सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा है, हम उसी स्ट्रेस के ऊपर और एग्जैजरेट करके उसी स्ट्रेस के बारे में और सोचते हैं और स्ट्रेस फील करते हैं। So basically, the more we try to force them to go away, the more we magnify them. जितना ज्यादा आप अपने स्ट्रेस से, अपनी प्रॉब्लम से भागेंगे, आप उतना ज्यादा उसको मैग्नीफाई कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, टेम्पररली आपने अपनी हॉबी फॉलो करी, आपने अपने हॉबी के थ्रू अपने आप को काम किया, आप टेंशन फ्री हो गए, ओके, बट व्हाट अबाउट द नेक्स्ट डे? उससे अगला दिन क्या होगा? जब तक आप उस स्ट्रेस की वजह को नहीं ढूंढ लेते और उसको सॉल्व नहीं कर देते, इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प। हमारी हॉबीज, हमारी पॉजिटिव अफर्मेशंस, हमारी मेडिटेशन हमें टेम्पररली जरूर हेल्प करती है और हमें करेगी, बट फाइनली व्हाट इज इट दैट वी शुड डू? सो चलो मैं एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ। सो हम okay, so I take an example of a parent. So मदर की बात करते हैं। सपोज करो कि आप में से कितने लोग हैं जो मैरिड हैं, और कोई है जो जिन जो जो मदर है या फादर है? Anybody who's married and has children? सब सिंगल है यहाँ पे?
मेरे ख्याल से मैम ज्यादातर मैरिड ही है, शायद एक आधे ही होंगे जिन जो अनमैरिड है।
अच्छा, सो कोई ऐसा है जिसके बच्चे भी हैं, who has children also?
Yes ma'am, I have a 2 male child.
Great, Sujata. So I'll take you as an example. So Sujata, अगर आपके पास suppose करो कि आप so what is your son's name?
Yashvardhan and Harshvardhan.
Okay, so I take Yash's example. So यशवर्धन आपके पास आए and he is, आप किचन में कुछ काम कर रहे हो, बहुत important काम कर रहे हो, and you're so occupied, and यशवर्धन comes to you and is continuously telling you, मम्मा सुनो प्लीज सुनो, मुझे आपको कुछ important बताना है, मम्मा प्लीज मेरी बात सुनो। एंड या तो आप किसी ऑफिस कॉल पे हो या आप कुछ काम कर रहे हो किचन में, यू आर सो ऑक्यूपाइड एंड यू आर नॉट एबल टू लिसन टू व्हाट ही इज सेइंग। सो वो फिर भी आपको बारी बारी बोल रहे नहीं मम्मा प्लीज, बच्चे बहुत रेस्टलेस होते हैं ना, उनको पेशेंस नहीं होती है, दे वांट कि उनकी बात अभी के अभी सुनी जाए। सो वो आपको बारी बारी बोल रहा है मम्मा प्लीज मेरी बात सुनो, और आप मना कर रहे हो कि नहीं मैं अभी सुनती हूँ, 10 मिनट में सुनती हूँ, 15 मिनट में सुनती हूँ, आधे घंटे में सुनती हूँ, मैं अभी आती हूँ आपके पास, मैं ये काम खत्म कर लूँ फिर आती हूँ आपके पास। क्या ऐसा होता है कभी सुजाता?
बिल्कुल मैम, होता है।
होता है। ओके, सो हमारे पास मंजुल का भी रिस्पॉन्स आया चैट में कि मंजुल इज ऑल्सो मदर ऑफ 2 चिल्ड्रन। सो आई गेस मंजुल आपके साथ भी ऐसा होता होगा कि कभी आपके बच्चे आपके पास आते होंगे एंड यू डोंट हैव द टाइम एंड आप उनसे बात नहीं कर पाते होगे। डज दैट हैपन? यस, ओके, सो ग्रेट। सो ठीक है, सो इस सिचुएशन में आप लोग क्या करते हो? इस सिचुएशन में हम जनरली, जो मैंने भी देखा, अगर मैं भी अपनी मम्मा के पास जाती हूँ और मुझे कुछ शेयर करना होता है, इवन टुडे मैं भी बहुत रेस्टलेस हो जाती हूँ, मुझे कुछ शेयर करना है, कुछ मे बी चाहे हैप्पी हो चाहे कुछ सैड हो, बात हो, तो मैं उनके पास जाती हूँ और मैं रेस्टलेस हो जाती हूँ कि मम्मा नहीं मेरी बात सुनो। जब तक वो मेरी बात नहीं सुनती है तब तक मैं उनको छोड़ दी हूँ कि नहीं मेरी बात सुनो। तो इमोशंस भी ना ऐसे ही होते हैं। इमोशंस आपको अंदर से बता रहे होते हैं कि प्लीज मुझे टाइम दो, प्लीज मेरी बात सुनो, प्लीज मुझे इम्पोर्टेंस दो। लेकिन हम लोग ना unintentionally what we start doing is that unintentionally हम उस चीज को उतना सिग्निफिकेंस नहीं देते हैं। ठीक है ना यार, there's something very important that I'm doing right now, प्लीज रुक जाओ, 2 मिनट रुक जाओ, 5 मिनट रुक जाओ, या 1 दिन रुक जाओ, 10 दिन रुक जाओ, ठीक है हम इस प्रॉब्लम के बारे में बाद में सोचेंगे। बहुत बार ऐसे बोलते हैं इस प्रॉब्लम के बारे में हम बाद में सोचेंगे, हमारे पास अभी और बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स हैं। वी डू दिस एंड सो होता क्या है कि हम अपने, हमारे इमोशंस इतने ज्यादा फ्रेजाइल होते हैं ना, हम उनकी बात सुनते नहीं है। सो अगर हम उनकी बात नहीं सुनेंगे तो क्या होगा, वो क्रैंकी हो जाएंगे। सेम अगर हम बच्चों की बात नहीं सुनेंगे, हमने उन्हें बोला हम 10 मिनट में आ रहे हैं, हम 10 मिनट में नहीं जा पाए, आधा घंटा हो गया, वो फिर आपके पास आएंगे, फिर आपको बोलेंगे, रोना धोना शुरू हो जाएगा, क्रैंकी हो जाएंगे, इरिटेट हो जाएंगे कि मम्मा तो मेरी बात ही नहीं सुनती है, मम्मा मेरी बात सुनना ही नहीं चाहती है, and they start becoming cranky. The same way, if you are not giving importance to your emotions, to your mental health, and you're not putting required focus, then you will start becoming irritated. You will start becoming uh, very cranky, and आप लोग अच्छा फील नहीं करोगे फ्रॉम विद इन। आपको लगेगा हाँ मैं खुश तो हूँ, बट फिर भी देयर इज समथिंग फ्रॉम विद इन दैट इज मिसिंग, कि आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि आप खुश नहीं हो पा रहे हो किसी भी चीज में। व्हाई? बिकॉज देयर इज समथिंग डीप डाउन। होता क्या है कि जो इमोशंस हैं वो इतने ज्यादा बरी होते रहते हैं, और वो इतना डीप बरी हो जाते हैं क्योंकि हमने उस इमोशंस के पिटारे को खोल के देखा ही नहीं, उनको समझा ही नहीं, उसको सॉर्ट आउट ही नहीं किया, और वो दबता जाता है, दबता जाता है, दबता जाता है, हम लेट गो करते रहते हैं, वो दबता जाता है। तो कभी कभी इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप उस इमोशन के पिटारे को खोल के देखो, आप अपने अंदर झांको और उस इमोशन को समझो। So so emotions are just like kids, so you need to acknowledge them, give them attention, and then just move on. अगर आप उसी समय ये करोगे, सॉरी या अगर आप उसी समय ये चीज करोगे कि आप उस बच्चे की बात सुन लोगे, वो आया आपके पास किचन में, आपने उसकी बात सुन ली, नाउ ही इज एट पीस, यशवर्धन इज एट पीस कि मम्मा ने मेरी बात सुन ली, ठीक है, खत्म। अब वो अपने काम पे लग जाएगा, आप अपने काम पे लग जाओगे, कोई टेंशन ही नहीं है। अब आप भी किचन में जब काम कर रहे हो, आप भी टेंशन में हो कि मुझे यशवर्धन के पास भी जाना है, मुझे उसकी बात भी सुननी है और मुझे ये काम भी खत्म करना है। सो हो सके तो जितना हो सके अपने इमोशंस को एट चेक रखना हमेशा बहुत जरूरी है, ताकि ऐसा ना हो कि हम इस चीज पे स्ट्रेस करते रहें, इस चीज पे टेंशन लेते रहें कि हमारे पास इतना सब कुछ है टेंशन लेने के लिए। बहुत बारी ऐसा हो जाता है कि हम अपने टेंशन, अपनी स्ट्रेस के ऊपर ही स्ट्रेस लेते हैं कि ओ माय गॉड आई हैव सो मच टू डू। सो that is the thing. So it's very important to understand that if you keep running away instead of facing your emotions and sitting with them, understanding, talking to yourself, अपने अंदर झांक के देखना, अपनी इनर सोल से बात करना कि क्या है ऐसा जो तुम्हें बहुत बॉदर कर रहा है, क्यों तुम इस पे इतना स्ट्रेस्ड हो, इसका क्या सोल्यूशन हो सकता है। अब कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि हमारे पास कोई चॉइस आ जाती है, वी हैव अ चॉइस टू मेक। सो मुझे 2 जॉब्स ऑफर हो गई, अब उन 2 जॉब्स में से कौन सी जॉब लेनी है, ये भी एक बहुत बड़ा स्ट्रेस बन जाएगा कि भाई अच्छा मैं बैठ के सोचूंगी कि भाई नहीं कौन सा लूं, कौन सी जॉब लूं, कौन सी जॉब लूं, उसका कोई फायदा नहीं है। हम प्रैक्टिकल बीइंग्स क्या करेंगे उस सिचुएशन में, हम ये सोचेंगे अच्छा ठीक है ये 2 जॉब्स हैं, इस जॉब के ये प्रोज एंड कॉन्स हैं, इस जॉब के ये प्रोज एंड कॉन्स हैं, वील राइट दैट एंड देन वील इवैल्यूएट कि हमारे लिए कौन सी जॉब बेस्ट है और उस जॉब को हम एक्सेप्ट कर लेंगे। सिंपल, हम लोग यही करेंगे। सेम वे इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि इस चीज पे फोकस किया जाए कि वो प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट कैसे हुई, और अब उस पे स्ट्रेस आउट ना होकर, उस पे एंशियस ना होकर उसका सोल्यूशन ढूंढ के उस प्रॉब्लम को खत्म किया जाए, ताकि उस पे हम स्ट्रेस्ड आउट फील ना करें। सेम हैपेंस विद नेगेटिव फीलिंग्स। व्हाट हैपन इज दैट एक होती है पॉजिटिव चेन, एक होती है नेगेटिव चेन। अगर आपकी लाइफ में कुछ भी नेगेटिव हो रहा है ना, द मोमेंट यू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग अबाउट इट, आपको वहीं पर ही उस थॉट प्रोसेस को एंड करना चाहिए। अगर आप उस थॉट प्रोसेस को एंड नहीं करोगे and you will start creating a negative chain, then it will become very very difficult for you to break that chain. Say for suppose अगर मुझे किसी ने बोल दिया कि यार तुम तो अच्छी नहीं हो, या किसी फ्रेंड, किसी रिलेटिव, किसी एक्वेंटेंस, किसी ने भी कुछ भी बोल दिया एंड दे पास्ड अ बैड रिमार्क अबाउट यू, एंड देन यू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग यार उसने ऐसा क्यों बोला मेरे बारे में, मैंने तो उसके साथ ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं किया था, why did that person say this to me, I was so good to him, I was so good to her, मैं रूड नहीं थी, मुझे ऐसा क्यों बोला, आई लुक गुड। Say for suppose if they are doing body shaming, say for suppose if they are doing uh, any particular thing, so किसी भी चीज से रिलेटेड अगर उन्होंने आपके ऊपर कोई रिमार्क पास कर दिया है कि अरे इसका तो एग्जाम क्लियर नहीं हुआ, अरे इसका तो रिजल्ट अच्छा नहीं आया, and then they don't realize that this simple thing may affect us, दिस सिंपल थिंग में इफेक्ट अस, और वो हमें इतना ज्यादा हर्ट कर जाएगी कि हम शायद उस चीज से निकल भी ना पाए, देन पीपल गेट इनटू डिप्रेशन, दे गेट इनटू certain problems they face, start facing in their life. And so that is something that is very important, that even as individuals we should take care that if we are passing a remark, even if we are doing it to somebody close to us, please make sure that you're using the right words, so that चाहे आपकी वो इंटेंशन ना हो, बट अगर आपके वर्ड्स गलत हो गए तो गलत मैसेज कम्युनिकेट हो जाएगा और सामने वाले को वो चीज चुभ सकती है। सो वी शुड ऑलवेज टेक केयर एंड थिंक एंड बी एम्पैथेटिक, दैट don't say something to someone which may hurt them in a bad way. And if you want to say it, if you're a well wisher, if you want to say it, just use the right words. That's very very important. So what I was saying was that if you are facing a problem, if you have certain emotions going on at the back of your mind, it's very very important that Don't run away from it. Instead, start facing them. Start finding solutions for them. For them. So jot them down on a piece of paper or maintain a journal and just write what are the emotions you're facing, what are the problems you're facing, what is it that is bothering you so much, and close your eyes and just think, okay, this is the problem. Is it something that should bother me that much? Sometimes we start overthinking so much that कोई ऐसी प्रॉब्लम जो शायद हमारे लिए इतनी बड़ी है ही नहीं, हम उसको बहुत बड़ा बना देते हैं. सो ऐसा भी नहीं है कि आप ऐसा करो कि अगर आप ओवरथिंक कर रहे हो, आपको पता है कि आप ओवरथिंक कर रहे हो. सो सी, अगर एक कोई चोर है ना और वो चोरी कर रहा है ना, तो भी उसके बीच उसके अंदर कहीं ना कहीं एक कॉन्शियस होगी जो उसे हल्का, चाहे वो बहुत दबी हुई आवाज हो या चाहे वो बहुत बड़ी आवाज हो. शुरू शुरू में चोरी करना शुरू किया तो आवाज बड़ी होगी. बहुत ही मंजे हुए चोर हैं तो वो आवाज बहुत ही दबी होगी, लेकिन उसको कॉन्शियस से कहीं ना कहीं वो आवाज आ रही होगी जो तुम कर रहे हो वो गलत कर रहे हो. तो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप अपनी कॉन्शियस की आवाज को सुनना बंद मत करो. अगर आपने कॉन्शियस की आवाज को सुनना बंद कर दिया, देन your life is over. Why? Because you're not giving importance to what your mind and heart wants from you. And कभी कभी हम अपनी डोर किसी और के हाथ में दे देते हैं. कैसे? कि हम उसकी बात को इतना ज्यादा वैल्यू करते हैं कि हम अपनी बात को वैल्यू करना बंद कर देते हैं. ठीक है, वो ऐसे बोल रहा है ऐसे ही होगा, वो ऐसे बोल रहा है वो ऐसे ही होगा. तुम, अगर आपका मन कुछ बोल रहा है कि आप ऐसे करना चाहते हो, so just voice your opinion that you want to do it this way. Don't just blindly follow anybody else opinion or anybody else opinion about you. अगर वो बोल रहा है कि say for suppose somebody is saying about me कि मैं ऐसी हूँ, तो वो मुझसे ज्यादा थोड़ी ना जानता है. So it's very important to listen to your inner voice and don't fear that voice, and things will work out for you for sure. So just jot the points down on a piece of paper about whatever is making an issue in your life, and jot all the points and start figuring out solutions for that, and that will help you. Don't bury your emotions. Okay, and make time for your hobbies, which you all said that whatever you like to do, just do that, continue doing that, because that is something that really helps. And then talk about your problems. It's very important that you talk about your problems with people you trust. उन लोगों से बात मत करिए जो उस बात का फालतू में बतंगड़ बनाएंगे या आगे 10 लोगों को जाके वो बात बताएंगे. उन लोगों से बात करिए जो एक्चुअली में आपके वेल विशर्स हैं और जो आपको हमेशा सही सलाह देते हैं या आपको हेल्प करते हैं in overcoming a problem. So talk about your problems. Then forgiveness. Forgiveness is very important. अगर आपको लग रहा है किसी ने आपके साथ कुछ गलत किया, so there are times when you should just feel that it's okay to let go, it's okay to forgive that person, and it's okay. Why? For your own mental health, for your own happiness, for your own uh, calm mind. So that is important. और कभी भी ये ख्याल आए ना, यार उसने मेरे साथ बहुत गलत किया है, मैं उसको क्यों माफ करूं? अपने लिए माफ करो. प्लीज डू दिस फेवर टू योरसेल्फ. अपने लिए माफ करो. व्हाई? बिकॉज अगर आपने उसे माफ नहीं किया ना, तो आप कॉन्स्टेंटली उसके बारे में सोचते रहोगे, या फिर कहीं ना कहीं आपके माइंड में, एट द बैक ऑफ योर माइंड, वो हमेशा रहेगा. और वो गिले शिकवे जब रहने शुरू हो जाते हैं ना, तो वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपको ही परेशान करते हैं, क्योंकि सामने वाले ने तो आपके साथ गलती करी, उसको उस गलती का रियलाइजेशन है कि नहीं है, तो उसको बॉदर नहीं कर रही है वो चीज, लेकिन आपको कर रही है. जैसे मैंने प्रीवियस क्लासेस में भी एक बारी बताया था कि आपको ऐसा लगता है कि आप सामने वाले को पॉइजन दे रहे हो, जबकि आप अपने आप को पॉइजन दे रहे होते हो. सो स्टॉप गिविंग दिस पॉइजन टू योरसेल्फ बिकॉज इट इज ओनली हार्मिंग यू. सो if you feel that you can forgive that person, please do that. Please do that for your own happiness. Then relax your muscles. Just relax. do exercise, do meditation, do yoga. This all helps. Eat well, very, very important. When you're eating well, you're eating the right food that helps you maintain the right mental health. Then, yeah, so these are certain points that I feel that you can do to manage your stress and emotions. So something very important is that jotting them down and actually acknowledging your emotions is very, very important, because we keep on running away from them. So acknowledge it first, jot it down, and then do the rest of the things. So that is it. And yes, very important, take a break. If you feel that things are becoming very, very uh, um, very burdening for you, and you're feeling as if there's nothing that can help you right now, so just take a break. Switch off all your yeah, your phone, your devices, and obviously informing the family that you're doing that, otherwise they'll get worried. But just limiting yourself to all the social media handles and to your phone especially, and taking a break from the social media, as well as, if that's a case with you and it's possible for you, go on an outing, uh, travel somewhere, go to your favorite destination, go to your favorite restaurant, or maybe go to your favorite go on a weekend trip to somewhere, to a place which makes you feel good. So do that. So I am actually a firm believer, and I believe in Sai Baba a lot. So whenever I'm feeling stressed, I visit the temple, or maybe I have a playlist. So I listen to certain bhajans and aartis. So मैं उनकी भजन सुन लेती हूँ. मुझे भजन सुन के इतना ज्यादा अच्छा लगता है कि it just calms my mind. So आप जिसमें भी बिलीव करते हो, जिस भी गॉड में बिलीव करते हो, जो भी आपको आपके माइंड को काम करता है, डू दैट. And it's very important. Spirituality is also one of the very important parts of your life, and it's very important that you actually start doing that. Okay, so yeah, so that is something that I wanted to share today with all of you. And we are also experiencing the third wave, as people are saying that it's the third wave of COVID. So it's very, very important. I know that a lot of things must be going on in everybody's life, and times are tough. But just always remember that everybody is in it and everybody is facing it, and we all come out of it one day, and everything will be fine. Just have that faith and belief on it. So everything will be fine. So tough times ahead. Okay, so now starting with discourse 8, that is the freedom values. I'll just share my screen and share the PPT with all of you. Before that, I would just want to address one comment which I had received but couldn't read. So we had a comment from Marilyn. She's saying, we say this for our motivation, but when a critical situation arises, we get back to a normal stage. That is taking stress. Yeah, exactly. So we say that, okay, relax, that's a temporary thing, we say it, but then once situation comes again, we again get back to the normal stage and we start taking stress. So it's very important that you should know how to handle stress, and I can only provide you certain measures for it, but it is something that is done on an individual level. It's very important for all of us to identify certain things which work for us, which provides us uh, a calming phase in our life, and we should know how to handle emotions and stress, because that is very, very important. Okay, so Is the presentation visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Great. So the discourse is 8, and this is part 1. We'll be having part 2 also. The next class that I'll be having will be on 13th, which is Lodi also, I guess. So 13th January. Okay. So what does freedom mean to you? Now I want you all to be interactive. I've said enough, and I just want you to please express your opinion. If you want to say it in the chat box, go ahead. If you want to unmute yourself, please say. What does freedom mean to you? See, freedom has different meanings to everybody, and uh, it can mean different. It can have a different meaning for everybody. So what is it that mean? What is it that freedom means to you? Okay, so we have one response from Marilyn. It's in political science, freedom means liberty. Okay. If I don't talk about the context, then what is it that it means to you? What do you feel? What is freedom as per you? Freedom is that where we can express ourselves. Very good. Yes. So, is it that we are always able to express ourselves freely? Come on. Free from mental hurdles. Great. Okay, so Jata says that free from mental hurdles. You mean the mental stress, the tension that we have. What else? Preeti, would you like to add something? Okay, Marilyn says area of jurisdiction till where we can feel free to do anything unless it doesn't hurt or harm others' freedom. Very good. That is something very um, close to what I also want to say. That freedom is something that you want to do, and you really want to be free to do that until and unless that hurts or harms anybody else's freedom. That's a very important line. Okay, so Preeti, would you like to add? Hari Kisni, would you like to add? We have one person with the name user also. So anybody who wants to add, then I can go further. Okay, so I'll move further then. So what being free really means? So we are talking about freedom values here. Freedom values essentially talk about fulfilling your basic human or fundamental rights or duties. Freedom can be understood mistakenly to be a vast and unlimited umbrella. That's very important. Unlimited umbrella, which gives permission to do what I like to whomever I like. That concept is misleading and a misuse of choice. We generally feel that if we have the freedom, we have the liberty, we can do anything we like to do and to anybody we like to do. So if maybe a rape is happening, the rapist may feel that he has the freedom to do anything he likes to do, but he doesn't have the freedom to do anything to anybody without any consent, and it's a crime. He's not allowed to do that. He cannot do that. That's a heinous crime that he's committing. So we generally, a lot of people generally take it as misleading, and they feel that okay, we have the right to freedom, we have the right to liberty, and we can do anything we want to do. So that is what Madeline said, that it's very very important that you do what you want to do, but without harming anybody else, without harming anybody else's freedom. So true freedom is exercised and experienced when parameters are defined and understood. Parameters are determined by the principle that everyone has equally the same rights. Everyone has the freedom. Everyone has the same rights. For example, the right to peace, right to happiness and justice, regardless of any religion, any culture, or gender. Okay, so what is freedom? Freedom is basically attained from good conduct, a responsible behavior, and adhering to the freedom values that are within you. Inner freedom is experienced when I have positive thoughts for all others and for myself. Now, this line is very, very important. Why? This is what I was talking about before the PPT, that it's very important that you take care of your conscience. It's very important that you take care of uh, what you're becoming into, and understanding your inner self, your inner soul, talking to your inner soul, and realizing what inner freedom is. So, inner freedom will only and only be achieved when you have the positive thoughts, not only just about yourself, but about others also. So, true freedom comes from within, it resides within the mind and the heart. So, now we have a full form for freedom, that is fearlessness, responsibility, empathy, eternal values, dutifulness, others welfare oriented, and magnificence. So these are the uh, main points which I'll be focusing on in the coming slides. First, talking about the fearlessness. Then, so it's very, very important and crucial that you have that fearlessness in you, and it's very important to learn how to be fearless in every aspect of your life. So the first, that is actually the first step. If you want to have the mindfulness, if you want to connect to your soul, if you want to understand, so if you learn to be fearless, then you will realize that the world in the future will no longer be scary for you, but it will be exciting. Why? Because you have full control of yourself. You have control of your mind, you have control of your body, you have control of your soul, you have control of your heart, and you're not uh, running on somebody else's opinions or viewpoints. So you have full control of yourself. So you have the freedom to do whatever you like to do, as far as you're not affecting anybody else's freedom. So Carl Jung, he's a famous Swiss psychologist. He said that whatever you resist will persist. जितना ज्यादा आप resist करोगे चीजों को, उतना ज्यादा वो persist करेंगी. जितना ज्यादा अपने इमोशंस को, स्ट्रेस को, चीजों को दबा के रखोगे, वो कहीं ना कहीं इट विल कीप ऑन बरिंग डाउन. एंड जितना ज्यादा डरोगे, लोग डराएंगे. So the more you resist, the more it will persist. The things we fear to own and acknowledge about ourselves ultimately finds a way of showing and sabotaging our success. You will feel as if you've overcome this thing, and कहीं ना कहीं आपने इस इमोशन को दबा दिया अपने अंदर. आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि आप ओवरकम कर चुके हो, या आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि you no longer have a fear of that. But वो डीप डाउन आपके अंदर होगा. Why? Because आपने उसको खत्म तो नहीं किया ना जड़ से. जब तक आप जड़ से खत्म नहीं करोगे, तो वो चीज आपके अंदर रहेगी. So it's very important कि आप उसको deep down खत्म कर दो, वो दब के नहीं रहना चाहिए कहीं भी आपके अंदर, and that will actually give you happiness. So acknowledge it, own it. Okay, this is something that okay मैं इस चीज से fail करी, fine, I'll overcome it. Don't fear about it. So about ourselves ultimately finds a way so of showing and sabotaging our success. Then same thing. अगर आप डिनाई करेंगे, पुश अवे करेंगे उस चीज को, तो वो और डीपर आपके अंदर जाएगी और लंबा ग्रो करेगी, गांठें बनती जाएंगी और वो गांठें कोई खोलेगा नहीं. कहते हैं ना, इट्स लाइक अ थ्रेड, और उस थ्रेड में गांठें बनती जा रही है लेकिन आप उस गांठ को खोल नहीं रहे हो. अगर आप गांठ को खोलोगे नहीं, धीरे 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 उस धागे पे सिर्फ गांठ ही रह जाएंगी. उन गांठों को खोलना बहुत जरूरी है. Okay, so there's a poem by Tagore, Rabindranath Tagore, which has the first line as when the mind is without fear, the head is held high. So this is a line that I like a lot, so I included it in the slide. That if your mind is without fear, you'll always have that head held up high. You don't have to fear that people will say anything about you or maybe come in front of you and say any nonsense. So you will not accept that. You don't have the fear of that. And you don't have the fear of failing. Why? Because you know that, okay, if I will fail, I will get up and I'll succeed in my life. You don't have the fear. You have control of yourself and you know that, okay, I can do it. I'll do it. So I was recently reading an Instagram post of I don't know, I'm forgetting that person's name. He was actually the founder of Nearby. So he's a motivational speaker. He actually posted on Instagram his whole story of how um, he actually the company that he founded Nearby, he had to leave that company to find something better for him, and how he was into a financial crisis despite of owning a company and having funds on paper, having money on paper, but nothing in hand. And that's a very inspiring story that he shared. So, so if anybody wants, I can maybe share the name of that person also later. All right. So getting back, so this was fearlessness. Then comes responsibility and dutifulness. Why can't I have the freedom to do what I want? And this is something जो हमें teenagers और हमें जो अभी 20s 30s में होते हैं उनसे सुनने को बहुत मिलता है कि हम क्यों नहीं कर सकते. I have the freedom to do that. हम क्यों नहीं जा सकते लेट पार्टी करने, हम क्यों नहीं घूमने जा सकते, हम ये क्यों नहीं कर सकते, हम वो क्यों नहीं कर सकते, हम हमारे पर रोक क्यों लगा रहे हो, आप मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हो. So there are so many rules and duties, and you actually want to be free from all of that, and you feel कि बहुत ज्यादा rules लगाए जाते हैं, मेरे पे बहुत ज्यादा पाबंदी लगाई जाती है, and you don't want to stay in that environment. So it's very important for all of us to understand that if there is a particular restriction that is being put on us, is because of a certain reason. So my cousin, she's 15 years old. So she wanted to go for a party, and she was asking my bua that आप मुझे जाने नहीं देते हो पार्टी करने के लिए, आप भाई को जाने देते हो बट मुझे नहीं जाने देते हो. And my bua said that I cannot allow you to go because it's not safe for you to go. Then she said, then it's not safe for my brother also to go. Then she said that yes, it is not safe for him too, but he's now 30. I cannot stop him to do so. So she said, but जब वो छोटा था तब तो आप जाने देते थे. Then Bua said कि माहौल ऐसा था. And then they got into a conversation, and so then after that I had a conversation with my bua, and I told her that if you are stopping her for a certain reason because you feel that it is now not safe for her to go, because माहौल ही ऐसा नहीं है कि आप उसको allow कर सको. Well taken, point taken. Then you should always understand that if you have two children at home, that is my viewpoint, that if you have two children at home, one girl, one boy, and you know that you cannot send your girl at late in the night, so you make sure that you don't allow your boy also to do that if they are of the similar age with 2 3 years of age gap. Obviously you cannot stop a 30-year-old guy to go, and you'll have to work out something else. But maybe when that boy was small, then you could have done that. Why? Because it would have been easy for you to parent and nurture your kids, to make them understand that I did not do any, I did not do any, uh, I did not differentiate between my kids. If that is something that I was doing with you, I am doing with him as well. But at the same time, making the boy also understand that why it's not safe for the girl to go out, and why you're not allowing that boy to go out, so that when he grows up, he has that realization. If maybe he has a girlfriend, he has that realization, and he understands that, okay, I have certain things, and I shouldn't do anything bad. So it's very important to grow your boys also in a way that they understand that what restrictions girls have. So मैं उनको भी गलत नहीं बोलूंगी कि वो अपनी बेटी को बाहर नहीं भेज रही, because वो अपनी जगह सही है, because वो worried हैं. But I would just say that, so मेरी उनसे इस चीज पे conversation हो गई. So यहाँ पे मुझे, यहाँ पे I just share it for a reason that it's very important that you, uh, the parents try to give a particular freedom, but they are bound with certain responsibilities, certain duties, and they have to go with the society. And that is something that somehow turns, and we find our own ways. Like I told her that you can do something like this, and we had a long conversation, and then in the end she agreed to do that. Then, and that worked out. It's just that if you do this, then the girl will also understand that, okay, the boy has similar restrictions also, and then the boy will also be responsible enough in future when he grows and he reaches at a stage, he knows that he what what is it that he is not supposed to do to a particular girl, what is it that that he has a certain boundaries, and he needs to take care of that. So then maybe in future this world will be a more safer place for girls, and there'll be no boundaries as such. So yeah, so um getting back to this, so freedom is something that you have the freedom, you do that, but you should always understand that there are certain restrictions and certain things that uh, guidelines are there, or certain responsibilities are there that we all need to take care of. And it's okay to, it's sometimes it's okay to be with that responsibility, and sometimes we can actually let go of that responsibility also, uh, if the situation allows to do that. So yeah, so just an example that we can party all night, sleep in, and be free from the well-meaning rules. We may fail, stumble, and fall, and we learn further that our actions have consequences. So if somebody who's not agreeing to a particular point, we may have to feel certain consequences for anything that we do in our life. So it's okay to sometimes just agree to what your parents are saying, because they are your best well wishers. So it's okay to sometimes just not put this freedom point, and show that you have the liberty to do all the things, but understand their perspective as well, and be responsible and be beautiful in exercising your freedom. Okay, so it's really important to understand that freedom involves developing an understanding of how one thinks, being able to speak one's mind, to be fearless, to be tolerant, and to be conscious of the needs of others. Okay, then comes the empathy and others welfare oriented. So we'll start from here in the next class, and we will do this in the part 2 and the further slides also. We'll do this in the part 2 of the session, which will be on 13th of January.